Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. We have a demon or dragon plot. Okay, well, demon plot, that's one. A dragon plot, that's two. A demon boy, that's three. Constant references of dragon power, four. Constant references of demons, five. And not only that, demons being seen in the official invitation trailer, that's six. Um, China being, the main focus here, Team China. And, China is known for its dragon lore and just so many different types of lore out there. So that's seven. We're missing one thing. One thing, but I can't think of what it is. What is it? Oh, that's right. This. What's up, guys? It's me, Roz Munchausen. And if you didn't recognize who that was, what video game that was from the King of Fighters 13, and that was none other than, you guessed it, right here on my page, SHION. Yes. Like, whoa, hang on a second. This took a different turn. He just brought up demons, dragons, and so forth and so on, because I can't remember the 7 that I listed. You're right, I did, but I also said there was one missing. And that's this person right here, SHION, who was introduced in KOF 11 and made a reappearance in the secret ending of King of Fighters 13. And boy, do you have to go through a crap ton of stuff just to get to that ending. You had to mainly go through the Sky and Noah part of the game, like literally pick Sky and Noah multiple times, and at least get 97% of the game completed, which, as y'all know from experience, that's not easy. Because usually, you have that one team that you have a hard time beating, or Saki or Dark Ash ends up wrecking you when you get to them. So, achieving that ending is not easy. But there are some who manage to get 100%, and good for you guys. But so yeah. Now, you guys are probably thinking, like, hang on a second, this is a different turn than what you talked about in your last theory video. Is it, though? Really, just think about it. Is it? Because, as y'all know, at the end of King of Fighters 11, Nagaki trapped SHION in a dimensional rift, a dimensional time rift, which means any of the effects that happened after Saki and Ash perished had no effect on SHION whatsoever, and it had no effect on Shroom and Remy. I think the girl's name is who ran across him. So, and Botan. How can I forget Botan? But yeah. Now let's look at SHION's origin real quick. SHION's origins, it states that he comes from China. Now, whether it's present day or ancient days, we're not sure. And we also know that technically, SHION was originally supposed to be the daughter of Ron, and also was supposed to have heavy dealings with the Hizoku clan, which means Ron, Lin, Duolan, Xiaolan, and all these others, and eventually Kukri. Now, they haven't said anything about Kukri being part of Ron's group, but it's safe to guess at this point. So yeah, that was SHION's original purpose and goal. And not to mention that in King of Fighters 13, Saki, when he confronts Duolan, mentions that Mukai was controlling the Hizoku clan. No, Duolan's clan. Mukai was controlling the Hizoku clan. Yeah. Let's take that into consideration here. And also, the reason I'm not doing the DLC list right now is because I want to get this long video out of the way and then go straight into the shorter video. But yeah. So here's something interesting. Now, the fact that you had to go through so much crap just to get to Shion's appearance, to me says enough about the role that he just might possibly play in this new saga. Now, as I stated in the last video, this saga seems to be dealing with demons and dragons, and my friend KC3, he also pointed this out, and also pointed out more things in detail that I forgot to mention, like Jin Chansu and his brother Jin Chanre. Like they might have a possible role. I'm not sure in this case. It's a possibility that they may appear in 15 or 16. I'm not quite sure. But Shion though, Shion, who originates from China, the main story, this main saga's heroes are Team China. You know, how do I put this? To me, it's not coincidence that, you know, they would emphasize Shion's return in that ending. And how Shroom was like surprised to see him, like, you, but also just like surprised. Completely surprised. So it makes you wonder, what is Shion's plan? Now, Saki's dead, technically, if you want to think about it, or just trapped in the present time, which means he could be around, but is being born again, or, you know, doesn't have his power, is in hiding. We're not sure with Saki. It says that he's dead, and other thing says that he's just trapped. It's unknown. But Shion, we know, in the end, was virtually unaffected by what Ash did, which means Shion's chance of return is very high, and him taking over those from the past is a definite possibility. And come on, look at Shroom's face. You can rewind the video if you want. Look at Shroom's face. His face was of total shock, like, what? And just everything of the sort. We don't know the conversation that went down between those three. But in the end, I'm pretty sure that it ended with Shion saying that he's taking over, and that's time for him to start a new tournament. So, what will Shion have to do with the King of Fighters 14, 15, or 16 games? Well, here's the thing, I'm not sure. But this is all speculation, this is all theory. But I believe that through Shroom and Remy's help, Shion got out. Shion got out and immediately started planning the events of a new tournament, and is possibly using Antonov and anyone else to help get these future tournaments going. As we all know, Antonov is a sponsor of King of Fighters 14's tournament, but we don't know who's going to be the sponsor of 15 or 16's. And I think that's where Shion comes to play. I believe that Shion rounded up some of the remaining members of those from the past, and knowing that there's this dragon power that's going around, and that there's a demon power as well that's floating around, is using, and it's not anyone else who he sees as a perfect puppet, especially with Botan and her abilities to control people. He's using them to try and achieve that ultimate power. Because think about it, Shion is really the only person who doesn't have like amazing abilities. Shion is almost a normal person, besides the fact that he can summon weapons out of thin air, and that's about it. Or yeah, that's about it. Summon weapons out of thin air. Shion really doesn't have any powers. Now think about it. He could be after this demonic power that I mentioned, and the dragon power. And since he was supposed to have dealings with Hizoku and Ron, it only makes sense. Now, I said in the last one that it's very possible that Ignis may have found a way to become a demon, since he referenced that before his death in the King of Fighters 2001. And again, I'm not going to say that's true. I'm not going to say that's fact. But that was one thing just to give you guys something to think about, really. Not saying that you should take to heart and be like, Ignis is the final boss of King of Fighters 14. Oh my god, we're now gonna get hit with this infinite combo again. You guys know what I'm talking about. But no, I'm not gonna say for a fact that it's Ignis. For all we know, it could be SHION. Like, we don't know. But I believe that SHION is definitely going to have heavy dealings. The Team China, Shanae, the whole dragon plot, the demon plot that I brought up. There's so many things just to consider. And, oh my god, it's mind-blowing, honestly. So, let's just see. SHION made his appearance as a sub-boss in KOF 11. You know, completely destroyed an entire temple by himself, killing off most of its monks, leaving some survivors, not a whole lot apparently, because when he saw like 2 or 3 monks in the background, because everything else was destroyed. And that's just someone who had no power whatsoever. And let's not forget that, again, SHION's origins come from China. He's a very skilled martial artist, for one, like, very skilled. And he's not as powerful as Saki, but he can hold his own against the best. Literally, it's ridiculous. So, again, what could SHION possibly have? We don't know. That's the thing. That's why I'm bringing this theory up to you guys. This theory is literally stating that SHION is going to have a hand somewhere in this, because you don't go through so much trouble to get an ending like that. You know, just no. There's no way. No person in the world ever would go through trouble to get a secret ending like that. Not even I would, and I am a hardcore gamer. Okay, well, I am not a hardcore gamer like I was in the past, but I love gaming, and I love finding out all the secret stuff like that. But having to go through, like, get 97%, beating Ash and Saki all over again, no. No, that's a pain, and we all know that. But I just can't help but to feel like this will have some dealings with SHION. It's just a feeling, I don't know why. And again, don't quote me on this. Remember, this is all theory. So, like I've said before, Jin Chonsu may have a dealing in this. Jin Chonrei. You know, all these people. There's so many characters that you can bring up that may have a dealing, especially like with Shanae's demon hands, one being red, one being blue. Just like, you know, the Jin brothers. You know, there's so many possibilities. But at the same time, I can't rule out SHION right now. SHION is very much like a threat in the KOF universe. And so far is one of the few bosses that didn't die. Because let's face it, Lugal, dead. Or could be reincarnated. Well, no, just resurrected. We don't know. Again, it's dead. Orochi asleep. The Orochi team alive. I've already covered that. Grizzled, alive. Clone Zero, dead. Original Zero, dead. Ignis, dead. Mukai, dead. Mahaki, dead. Saki, trapped in present time, but possibly dead. Now, if you want to count every sub-boss, then, you know, feel free to go ahead. But in the end, villain-wise, from those sagas, all we have left right now is SHION. And with so many opponents out of the picture, so many people who are out of his way to achieve power, at this point, SHION can rebuild those from the past or create a whole new group from the remaining members and start any tournament he wants until he's put out his misery. Or should I just say killed? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Until he's killed. So, yeah, there's no telling. And like I said, I just believe that he does have heavy dealings. It would only make sense now, just thinking about it, really. Because, like I said, he has no power compared to all the others. He is human. We can all assume that he's human, but he has no powers. And if he does, we have not seen the full extent of it in his sub-boss fight. So in this new saga, we just may end up seeing SHION again, and so the other members of those from the past, in all their full power and glory. And especially SHION, I want to see how strong SHION is. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was strong enough as a sub-boss, but I want to see how strong he would be, how powerful he would be if he were to actually obtain both demon and dragon power. In this case, he could become a god himself within the franchise, or something close to it. So that's kind of my thoughts on this right now, and it's mind blowing because I'm trying to piece all this together in my brain because I've been thinking about this for the past week, especially after I saw that secret ending. And I don't know what to make of it, I don't know what to make of it. It's like my brain is getting jumbled just thinking about this. When you think about it, you have SHION, who's dressed in a sort of different type of Chinese martial arts clothing wear. Moveset is heavily, Chinese based, like Chinese martial arts and stuff like that. His character himself is heavily China based. And as we all know, SK was bought by a Chinese company, and the hero team is Team China. And then you have SHION, who comes from China, where you have so many different dragon mythologies and demon mythologies, and it's all great. Now, all that blended in, you cannot outrule the fact that SHION himself is going to be somewhere in the saga, either make another secret appearance or appear as a final boss in one of the games, possibly at the saga's conclusion. At least that's what I'm hoping for, and at least that's what I'm hoping that SK confirms at some point. Because so far, the only thing they confirmed from one of my theories is the fact that there were remnants of Ness still roaming around, and that would be Sylvie. But anyway, guys, that's all. If you want a part 2 to this video and stuff like that, let me know in the comments below. And if you have ideas or further details that I may have missed, because I will miss details, that's no surprise. But if you think there's any details that I missed, just let me know in the comments below. I'll read, respond, you know the deal. And just let me know what you think. After this, I'll get to the DLC list requested me by Legendary Gamer, and I'll go on from there. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like and subscribe button. It would really be helpful. And again, just kind of think about it. Just think about it. There is a very large possibility that SHION might return. But anyway, I love you guys. You'll have a great day, and I will see you soon. Peace.